Vinyl record.
Hello, viewer. How are you doing? Welcome to Full Record Jacket with Phil and Ben. And a point of discussion, apparently. That's what Ben said he had. Hello, Ben. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad, Phil. I'm just reading my new body plan. It's funny because it says here, eat crisps. Eat crisps, eat more crisps.
It
Choice
seems
of
you're doing it
Tipex.
all. You're doing everything right as it happens. Yeah.
Damn right I am. Now, I have got a point of discussion, Philster, and I'm going to put it to you. Philip J. Smith. The J, nobody knows what it means. Because that isn't his middle name. I made it up, didn't I? Because I'm a cheeky little scamster. A bit woo, bit wah, a bit way. But Phil Smith, on the 1st of June 2025, you stand accused of making the following comment. Are you ready? Thinking that U2 might be my personal favourite band of all time. How do you plead to this charge? Explain.
That's a good. Yeah. I was on that day I wrote that. I was feeling that, and I'm not saying I don't feel it now. But I've never had an actual favourite band of all time. Really.
Yeah. You've had a favourite artist, haven't you? Because I would say it's no. Then again, I don't think you have, because
I
as long
find
as
it very
I've known
difficult
you,
to
you've
choose.
always liked Prince, you've always liked Sinatra, you've always liked
Yeah,
Elvis.
yeah.
So you have got. You're not like me. I do have a favourite band of all time, but I think you're right. I've never known you to say I have. I've always just accepted that it's probably like the Beatles or the Stones. But
Yeah. It's a band, and we're talking just bands here. We're not talking about the solo artists.
no, yeah.
You see, the Beatles would be up there for me because I do still like the Beatles stuff.
Wonder they'll be reforming to play Cardiff in 4 weeks' time.
And the Rolling Stones are up there for me because I always enjoy the Rolling Stones.
Even Dirty Work?
I do like One Hit to the Body.
Yeah,
and I think that's a good 80s single from them, and I even quite like their version of Move It to the Left, Move It to the Right, Harlem Shuffle. That was on there.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty good. But no, I can enjoy pretty much anything by the Stones, even the lesser Stones stuff. I don't mind. I can enjoy it for what it is. But then you see, in the 90s, I was a big fan of REM, and I was a big fan of U2, and I got more into U2. Not U2, but I got more into U2 in the early 90s. I preferred them in the early 90s to how they've been. Not that I disliked the 80s stuff, but I was more into them when they started doing a little bit weird and a little bit.
Zoo TV.
I really dug that era. So in that sort of first half of the 90s, U2 and REM were the two bands that I was seriously liked the most. I mean, I enjoyed other stuff as well, but they were probably the two big ones. And
don't forget your deep love for Pato Banton. The Midlands' favourite reggae star.
And then the other day I was listening to U2, and I was thinking that, I'll tell you what it is. If I had to go to a desert island and I was only allowed to have one band's music, okay? You can take their whole catalogue, but you're not allowed to any other groups, no other bands. Just got to have one. And then I was thinking maybe it would be U2, because I do, even though on a music level I might enjoy the Stones style of music more because I like that rock and roll sound. And the Beatles, of course, very wide ranging in their styles. So, that's a great argument for the Beatles. And I do like REM's music, but with U2, they do give quite a lot of emotional satisfaction. That's the angle I was thinking of. There's a comforting thing about for me.
Yeah.
I think, I do like Bono's whole, that he's got a sort of a spiritual, religious aspect to his stuff, and it's that angle. It's the emotional satisfaction, and the fact can sometimes be a little
Emotional
bit like
rescue, as one band once sang.
so maybe that's why that ultimately I do, because I do think their catalogue is good. I don't really think that U2 have made an album that's really, really bad. I mean, I know people have different views on this, but I think there's something good in almost every album they've done. I know there's a big argument that the latest stuff's not as good, and I know you can argue about this, but I do think that some of the later albums have been underappreciated, especially.
See, one of my favourite U2 albums is All That You Can't Leave Behind.
Yeah. See, that's
I think that's a collective group. I think that just works as an album. I never quite got into How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb, and then in one of our previous U2 discussions, I decided to re-listen to it, and it very much is, and I've used this before in a previous video, it's almost like a companion to All That You Can't Leave Behind. You can tell a U2 song a mile apart. I mean, that guitar playing of the Edges is very distinctive, and but yeah, I'm not a hater of U2. I like Bono. I like the Edge. I think he's a funny guy. I haven't listened to too much. I got, even though it's remakes of, or imagining of earlier stuff with it. Is it Songs of Innocence?
It's Songs of Surrender. Surrender is the remix one.
Yeah. Because he's got a film out, hasn't he, Bono? And this Songs of Surrender title seems to spread across, because I think that's in his new film stage show.
Well, that all ties in with promoting his book, doesn't it?
Yeah. But I don't mind it. Sometimes I put U2 into the category like Coldplay, where they're a great singles band, but if you ask somebody to name an album track, they might struggle, if that makes any sense.
But then I suppose if you
I suppose if you invested in them, then you would know them. So that's a silly analogy, really, because I could go to anyone and say, "Oh, what was track 6 on Morning Glory?" and they wouldn't know. But then people do. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't mind them. I think they're all right. I think they're good. So, yeah, that is my critique view on U2. Yeah, they're all right. I don't mind them. All That You Can't Leave Behind, I like that. I like that singles collection box sets they did. I've got a fair amount of U2 on vinyl.
Have you listened much to, the one that got slagged off because they gave it away free on iTunes? Have you listened?
That's Innocence. Not No Line on the Horizon, is it?
No, that was the one before. That's worth a listen as well, I think.
Yeah, was it called Songs of something, or
Songs of Innocence was the 2014 iTunes one.
Yeah, where it just appeared on your.
Yeah, I think it's a great set of songs, and it's all based around.
I've never listened to it. I don't think I've ever listened to it.
I think you can get into that. I think you should have a good listen to that. No Line on the Horizon. You see, I understand that people criticised All That You Can't Leave Behind and Atomic Bomb on the basis of they went back to a very
stadium filler,
standard U2 sound rather than doing anything experimental.
Yeah.
Because this is
big anthems.
This is seen as their flaw, that they are able to do some quite interesting stuff, which they did on Achtung Baby and Zooropa and Pop, but they got kind of scared of doing anything that would alienate too many fans, because they liked the whole thing of being a big success, so they didn't want to. So they did. They went safe, basically.
Yeah, a bit like Noel Gallagher with Who Built the Moon.
Yeah,
it kind
it's not to say the songwriting. Yeah. Sorry,
a lot of people were sort of pull off, weren't they, because of so-called cosmic rock.
Right. Well, this was U2 just doing what they were sort of more standard U2 fare.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not
They
to say
make
that
great stadium fillers, don't they?
that's not to say that the songwriting wasn't good, but maybe people felt the production and the sonics were a little bit predictable. But they kind of went in a more experimental direction with No Line on the Horizon,
Yeah,
where they went with Brian Eno to Morocco and they did this stuff. And some of that is on the album, but they also bottled it a teeny bit. That they tried to put some hit type songs on the album as well. They didn't go quite as out there experimental as they maybe could have done. And I did feel, and I agree with the people who say that if they carried on with the experimental angle and took more of a risk, it might have been as good as Acton Baby, or it might have been close to that.
yeah.
But they kind of, but it's still a worthy album. It's still a good album, I think. And so I do like Songs of Innocence as well. That was more of an 80s, maybe a bit more of an 80s production, but not like an 80s U2, more like even maybe more towards the Duran Duran 80s sound, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
But good, but very, very strong songs. I thought a very emotionally engaging album. And then you've got Songs of Experience, which is maybe a bit more low key and maybe not so exciting, but again, still some good songs on it. Whether this new record they're going to release at some point, probably next year, whether that's going to be interesting, who knows? But
yeah, because they are back in the studio, aren't they? They are back
they've
in
been making
recording.
something. Yeah, they've been making. They've probably been making it for goodness knows how long. They take forever, don't they?
Yeah, because I think they've been waiting on. Is it Larry the drummer?
Yes, he had this back surgery.
Back
didn't
surgery.
That stuff.
He's been suffering that for years, hasn't he? Back issues.
Yeah, I mean that's a whole other discussion, isn't it? But the drummers, you see, with any band, the weak link often is the singer, because obviously as they get older,
their voice starts
can go, and obviously while the guitarist can carry on sounding exactly the same, it all depends on how well the singer preserves their voice. But of course, we tend to forget that the drummer is doing a huge physical job for every show.
Yeah, and as you get older, you're slowing up all the time.
That's like doing an intense workout every night, isn't it? I mean, that's probably the most physically tiring job in the band. Even if the lead singer is like a Mick Jagger who's moving around all over the place, the drummer is probably even more physically. It's for more physically demanding.
There should never be a fat drummer.
No, there shouldn't.
That's what we're saying. Do you know do you know what you're talking there about guitar players? I think one of the wonders of the world isn't the Taj Mahal or Stonehenge. It's the fact that Keith Richards can still play guitar with those massive knobbly fingers. Have you seen his hands? They're like proper old man's rickety looking things.
Yeah, I haven't done a close-up study for a while now.
I mean, how he manages to still play the guitar with them is beyond me. Oh, good. Oh, I've got a little yawny there, Phil. But yeah, I'll see if I can. 1 second, right? I'm going to bring up, because I think it's. I mean, I struggle playing with these fine, nimbly little soldiers. But I'll see if I can bring up Keith Richards' hands. Now, God, I hope I don't pass away with my.
I can't say I've paid a huge attention.
Look at these. Look.
Crikey!
I've got one of these skull rings. I bought it because of Keith Richards, and I also bought. I don't know if you can see it. It's on this wrist here. There's some handcuff bracelet, and somebody had done replicas of them, and I bought a set of them as well. But how are they playing guitar?
They do look kind of almost like a reptile thing, don't they?
Yeah.
They look really weird.
Yeah, I don't understand how they're playing a guitar. I mean, they obviously are, but they are absolutely mental. I mean, look at them. Isn't that skull ring cool as well? I have got one of them because I like to think I'm an aging former 60s rocker.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the wormhole we go down sometimes, isn't it? talking about you two, end up on Keith Richards' fingers.
Why not?
Yeah, it's not a place I'd really want to. Well, actually, do you reckon if you could be a limb on a rock star, if you could be what limb would you be, and what rock star would it be on? When I say limb, you could be like an eye or an ear or a finger.
I'm just thinking that's the
And you
most
can't be
bizarre
that
question.
limb on Mick Jagger.
I
think we know what I'm saying there, ladies.
I honestly cannot think of one or a reason to choose one over any other thing else.
So I don't know if I'd want to be a finger, because if you're on a finger on a guitarist, you're just being moved around a lot. You're going to get vertigo, aren't you, after a while?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you'd want to be a nose, because you're going to get stuff put up it. Maybe like being the forehead of a lead singer. That's not really a limb, though, is it? I mean, well, I mean like an appendage or something, so you could be a set of lips or something, maybe a forehead on a lead singer of a great band, so you're there, you're looking over all the time. Yeah. It's an interesting one, Philster, and one you should put more thought and attention to. What limb would you be?
I'll ponder that at some point.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I just wanted to clear up. But no, actually, we haven't cleared it up. So I go back to my original question in the court of Ben. Is you Phil Jupiter Smith saying to the world of 151 people and anybody else silly enough to get 17 minutes and 4 seconds into this video, are you Philip Jupiter Smith saying that U2 is officially your favourite band of all time?
I honestly don't know, but there could be. I mean, and I like the fact that I'm picking a band where I could get made fun of for it, because there's lots of people who like to slag them off, aren't there? So
yeah,
I kind of like the fact that I'm not picking a band where I'm trying to be as cool as possible, and I'm not doing it for the image, because it's not really super cool to say that, is it? That it's you two as your favourite band. So that aspect of it, I kind of like the fact that I would not be trying to be cool by saying that.
Do you think out there are people that, if I ask that question to, what is your favourite band, their reply back would be Dex's Midnight Runners? Is there anybody on this planet who is sitting there right now thinking, "Oh, I wish Dex's would do a reunion," or Star Sailor, or Embrace?
They did play at Glastonbury a year or two ago. I saw them on TV.
Who did? Embrace?
Dexys.
Oh, did they? Yeah, but
I think they were just called Dexys.
Is there bands out there where people are going to the gigs? Obviously there is, but what I'm talking about is there bands out there that they've got I don't know, say they're playing, is it Brixton, 5,000 people, or it used to be there, or whatever the thingy was, or the Birmingham O2, the Institute, I think holds about 1,200 people. Is there a band turning up there? Like Dodgy played there the other day, a couple of months ago, March time. Are there people turning up to like a Dodgy gig where everybody in that crowd, Dodgy isn't their favourite band? That they've all just turned up for nostalgia? Are there bands playing where their whole audience, they are not the favourite band of that audience, any member in that audience? Is there somebody out there who is a Dodgy fan?
That's a good question. That's a better question than the limb question.
I don't know. The limb question was pretty good, but is there band? Imagine being there, like being the lead singer, giving out, and then looking out and thinking, not one of these people here
have really us as the favourite band.
Favourite band, yeah.
That probably has happened. This must have happened at a lot of new band gigs, mustn't it? But any
yeah.
band that's got a reasonable catalogue and has been around a while, there's going to be people there and it's their favourite band. I would think.
But I'm sure there are gigs going on today where everybody in the audience that
has another
there is
band as their
favourite band, yeah. That's kind of because you don't go to a football game and you're surrounded by people who've come to watch them because they're their second favourite team. You know, not saying, but then again, bands aren't like football. It's not got that tribe. Well, it has that tribalism, doesn't it? Because we all
Well, it can do. It can.
Yeah.
That's something that slightly annoys me. But we won't go on to that. But
do you know what? I can safely say, and I will say this, and I will go down on record for this because there is no doubting that it is true. That everybody, and I think it was a Norfolk festival a couple of years ago, everybody went to that festival. The headlining act was not anyone's favourite band, and that was Top Loader. There were people going, a Top Loader gig, not one person in the crowd is their favourite band. So if you're in Top Loader, you are no one's favourite band. No. There's no one sat there in a Top Loader t-shirt going, oh yeah, my favourite band's Top Loader. Or
I can't imagine it, but there's nothing so weird as humanity, though. There's nothing as weird as humanity, though, Ben. So it could
remember
well
the
be.
Thrills? Do you remember them? The Thrills? Do you remember them at all? I can't imagine anybody sat there going, oh, I wish they would reform. Oh, I really miss them. Or the Ordinary Boys. Oh, I wish they would reform. They're my favourite band. No, they're not. They're not at all. Imagine that going through your whole career and you're no one's favourite band. That sucks. That's rubbish. Isn't it? Even Wet, Wet, Wet. People turn up to a Wet, Wet, Wet concert. Wet, Wet, Wet was their favourite band. So people are turning up to watch Top Loader and they're not their favourite band. That must suck. Rubbish.
Do you know, I've never considered this question before. It's never entered my mind before.
That is what I'm here for, Phil. So I'm here to take the circle and bend it and pull it and make it all different so you see it from different perspectives. So, yes, I am saying that. And if Top Loader can come on here and argue the point, which they can't, that no one at a Top Loader gig finds Top Loader their favourite band. It's not happening.
Well, viewer, if Top Loader is your favourite band of all time...
Which they aren't. So this question's pointless, but go ahead and ask it,
then
Phil.
You can completely blow Ben's theory out of the water, which is almost as good as being able to somehow disprove Einstein's theory of relativity.
I'll tell you what, Phil,
you can do that, then tell us.
If somebody comes on here, and they can come on the show as well, and they can tell me why. If somebody comes on here and tells me why Top Loader are their favourite band, and we can see that they're being honest and truthful, I will eat my own feet. And I can't say fairer than that. It's all right, feet. You're not getting eaten. You're safe.
Well, there's a challenge, so let us know, viewer, if that's your favourite band.
Which you're not going to do because they're not. Let's face it, they are not.
I was about to say, I was about to make a pun with the expression "good enough" in there, but of course I just realised that's not Top Loader, is it? That was Dodgy that did "good enough," but never mind.
Yeah, there is more chance, Philster. There is more chance of going up to someone and said, "What is your favourite thing? Me giving you £1 million, me giving you a lifetime supply of chocolate, or me repeatedly beating you in the face with a sharpened cricket bat?" There's more chance of somebody going, "Oh, do you know what? I am partial to a bit of cricket bat to the face."
Maybe. And with that thought, viewer, we will leave you at the end of another show. But thank you for watching, and we will be back.
And front.
Maybe joined by a Top Loader fan, or maybe not. But
we
will
won't
return.
Though, will we? That's not going to ever happen.
Another edition of Full Record Jacket. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.
Bye, Top Loader fans.